good, y'all? It's Drew here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about One Piece chapter 1013. So don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime content if you haven't already. And we're going to get right into this. Obviously, I'm going to have a live stream on Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so, try not to miss it. It's going to be a good time. Got something cool prepared for you guys. But we're going to get right into it. Question of the day. Question of the day is, do you like the direction that this chapter went? Because there was a couple ways the chapter could have went, like with the Nami fight and stuff. We could have had some stuff on. We could have had the Luffy versus Kaido thing, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the Zoro and Sanji. But do you like how do you like the direction the chapter take? Did you like the direction that the chapter took? Me personally, I think I do, because while I would have liked to see Nami get a fight, and obviously, if you're gonna ask me if I want the Zoro and Kaido fight that ended, if I wanted to see that, obviously I would have wanted to. But I think this kid and Law versus Big Mom, that kid Big Mom situation would be really interesting, and I'm really interested to see what Kaido's next move is. But we're gonna get right to it. And while reading the chapter, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, I was reading it and I was really bored. Like, the first half I was like, come on, G. I was thinking this was gonna be a real dud. But, we picked up. So let me go to where we were. So as we remember, we had Nami actually attacking Ulti. And Nami basically was like, oh, it's time to turn up. So I talked about last video how I was super excited for a Nami battle. And it didn't exactly go that way. But Big Mom attacks Ulti, as we know. And basically Big Mom has a counter attack. Basically Big Mom combines a couple of her homies, like Hera, Prometheus, and she basically made a replacement for Zeus, like another Thundercloud. And so we kind of always knew she could do something like this, but she basically set it up to which she now has Prometheus the fire one. She has another Zeus-like thing, which is like lightning one, and she gave the Zeus clone a girlfriend. Like I said, this first part was not interesting, bro. Well, at least to me. Like, I thought it was kind of a little bit of a dud, and I was kind of heated because I feel like they took away Nami's 1v1. Like, I thought that was a perfect situation for Nami to have her fight, but she just didn't get it. But I mean, what happened later in the chapter, I think, made up for it. But yeah, we see Zeus, and Zeus is basically crying for life. Zeus sees Big Mom, and Zeus is like, hey, Big Mom, well, when the four of us team up, it's gonna go crazy. And Big Mom's like, the four of us? Nah. You don't understand what's happening here. And I think it's Prometheus who says, like, bro, Big Mom died, right? Or almost, Big Mom almost died, right? And you was not helpful. Like, you're not nice. So Big Mom's plan is basically, all right, Zeus, you'll be sustenance for Hera, because as we know, what we saw with Zeus, honestly, all the little Thundercloud homies can absorb like lightning and stuff to get stronger. That's the whole plan. And basically, Zeus is having this little monologue with Nami about he was selfish and greedy, all that, all that good jazz. But Nami's like, bro, well, we're done. Like, we're not. I got nothing to do with you no more. I'm trying to survive myself. And so they're running. And Big Mom is was interesting in this chapter, honestly, because I wasn't gonna say that I felt like she was. I knew she was a plot device last chapter for sure, but I didn't think that she was gonna be like on the Straw Hat side. Like, she was not going to inherently just help Nami and Usopp repeatedly. But I felt like she'd be more helpful than this, so it's a weird thing. But she grabs Tama, and obviously everyone freaks out because like a Yonko just grabbed Tama. So like, how you gonna get her back type thing, right? So they grab Tama, and they're kind of out of luck. And Big Mom's like, oh, Tama, it's all right. I'll take you away from the Straw Hats, but I'm gonna get rid of these guys. So she goes to attack the Straw Hats, and guess who saves the day? Guess who saved the day? The guy that the whole One Piece community was slandering. That's Eustace Kid right there. I talked about this with my brother a couple days ago, and he was talking about where Kid was, because as we knew, I think 2 or so chapters ago, Kid went after Big Mom. Kid and I think Law went also, but Kid was the first one. He should have been the farthest. And yet Big Mom had that whole encounter with Nami and Ulti and Page 1 all before Kid got there. But I was like, Kid, he give him some time, he got captured to the Yonko. And Kid catches him with the freaking, like, the giant metal hand, and he basically like slams Big Mom's head on the ground. I think he was like Gibson. So right now I'm super hyped for Kid, because I'm one of the people that actually likes Kid as a character, and I think that he has a lot of crazy stuff he could do. And he's been getting a lot of slander in the community, especially from Rooftop, because you have people like Luffy, obviously, Zoro, Law, even Killer, that are getting some crazy like rep and respect. and feats. And Kid was not necessarily getting that stuff, which is tough, but we move. But Kid does stop Big Mom, and he tells the Straw Hats, or Usopp and Nami, like, y'all better get out of here. This is my prey. This is me. And Big Mom's looking kind of fierce. Like, so I know that we making fun of Big Mom, and Big Mom slander is at an all-time high as the last chapter. That's not false, obviously. But let's not forget, she is a Yonko. She gets up, shakes her head, she's like, okay, Kid. So, I would be very prepared for, a Yonko Supernova clash, and I'm hyped for that, especially. So they run off, and real quick, this is the first time it's happened, so I'm not that mad, but I got spoiled on Twitter. I was just chilling on Twitter. Before the chilling on Twitter, and I got spoiled. And spoilers are obviously, they're in the community and stuff, but I feel like if you are spoiled from, like, literally they're called the spoilers, and you have them, like, just telling the whole community is, so basically the way basically if you spoil it on the timeline, you get blocked. That's what I'm gonna say. Especially if it's before the chapter drops, bro. Like, if you find the spoiler before the chapter drops, that's fine, but don't spoil it for the rest of us, bro. That's the whole point of the community. So I got a spoiler on what happened, and the spoilers, obviously we see Luffy falling down. He's falling from the rooftop, and Kaido's talking about, like, dang, man, I should have just kept him as a trophy. What was I doing? I went too crazy. And I'm not happy because Luffy didn't go. Like, everyone knows Luffy didn't go. Luffy, he didn't go. But I am slightly, like, happy that Luffy's not at that level yet, because I felt like it was a little bit too premature. Now, we had Conquerors, Advanced Conquerors. I was looking tough. I wasn't gonna lie to you. That was looking very icy. But the moment that happened, people were talking about Luffy's level of Enamor, and I was like, guys, can we calm down? Like, we ain't even seen the fight yet. People were acting as if Luffy was already teeing up Kaido. All the damage he had done was one punch. So I was really, like, I was still in the circumstance that Luffy was weaker than Sabo, and people were saying Luffy was stronger than Kizaru. It was egregious. So I'm glad that this happened next, so we can see clearly that Luffy was able to make Kaido get serious. But when Kaido got serious, he got dropped off, which is what I've been saying. I was always saying that Luffy could probably make an Admiral get serious, but when they get serious, this was going to happen. So we know Luffy's not there, which, I mean, it makes sense. We still have a lot of arcs left. So I'm happy with that. It's going to be a good time overall. But that leads to the question of, shout out Mr. Morge, obviously. Shout out Morge. That leads to the question of, is the raid going to fail? Because Luffy is pretty much out of it. Obviously we see Luffy come back from stuff like this, but usually he either needs, like, food, maybe, meats, some sort of healing to get out of this. Luffy kind of stuck. And then you look at Zoro, who's also Zoro. If y'all saw the memes on Twitter, bro, they had Zoro as Mihawk's sword. They had Zoro as freaking Mihawk's little sword. Like, they were memeing Zoro. So Zoro's hurt too. Like, those are the best. Those are easily the two best fighters on that alliance side. So you have your two best fighters out of commission. Big Mom going crazy. Let's just assume Kid and Law can hold off Big Mom, which I don't even think they can. But let's just assume they're holding her off. Who's taking care of Kaido now? The Scabbards are defeated. Luffy and Zoro are down. Like, who can hang with Kaido? We're kind of in a bad situation. And honestly, I don't know if the raid will be a success anymore. I've been going back and forth, honestly, since chapter 1000. And now I'm on the side if it's going to fail. But come next chapter, it might, like, it's back and forth. But, so obviously there's people going to talk about, it got off screen, the Kaido versus Luffy thing. Which I don't have a problem with it per se, because I feel like that's a good way to, like, if Oda wants to tell us, like, bro, Luffy got dropped off, that's it. That's fine. Maybe you could have showed us the fight. He probably didn't get one shot. Maybe he did. But to me, this tells us one thing. This tells us that whatever we saw on the rooftop from Kaido earlier was not Kaido nearly at full power. So people need to put a little bit more respect on Kaido's name. Not that he shouldn't have already have respect, but, like, still, like. Obviously, we can't, I can't necessarily say that Kaido wasn't going full power on the rooftop, but the fact that Kaido did that much damage to Luffy and Luffy's, like, out of it, Luffy was never in that kind of damage before. So, I'm not going to say Kaido has a secret technique or something hidden, but the Yonko are even scarier than we thought, and I always assumed these guys were monsters. So, I don't know how we're going to get out of this situation, but I'm hyped for Kid for sure. Now, last chapter I said I was hyped for Nami, and I was. Don't get me wrong, I was super hyped for Nami. But I'm even more hyper for Kid, just because I think Kid has higher expectations. Kid is supposed to be the pirate that's rivaling Luffy. Like, since we've seen them in Supernova, Kid was the guy that was supposed to, he had the higher body than Luffy and Sabaody and stuff like that. And, you know, he hasn't delivered on some of that stuff. Even his bounty in the New World has been kind of disappointing. So, I know Kid shouldn't win. I think Kid should probably get decimated if it's 1v1. But a couple things. Obviously, one is Law's coming soon, right? Not that that's going to make it, like, Law's great, but that's not going to make, that's not going to switch the tide of battle, right? But to me, Law coming, I think Law and Kid can kind of go crazy in that battle. And even if Kid loses, which he probably should, I think it could be amazing for Kid. So I'm even more hyped. Like, even though Nami doesn't get her fight, if Nami not getting her fight is because Kid gets his fight, damn, bro, no complaints. Let me know what you guys think of the chapter down below. But I'm out, so peace.